the height of fame, when every photograph is analyzed and every whisper can ignite a headline, the relationship between Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet has become a study in contrast. Two lives moving at very different speeds. Those close to the couple describe Kylie Jenner as restless. She has built an empire, conquered industries, and raised two young children whose faces are already known to millions. What she wants now is something quieter, something lasting, marriage, stability, another child perhaps. But the man she loves seems to exist on another timeline entirely. Timothée Chalamet, whose rise through Hollywood has been meteoric, is chasing something far less tangible: greatness. He talks about legacy, about joining the ranks of icons whose work defines generations. To him, commitment is an anchor. To her, it's the next logical step. Their story began as a modern-day fairy tale, an unlikely union between the world's most photographed woman and the industry's most promising performer. For a while, the novelty was intoxicating. Cameras captured them sharing private smiles at premieres, holding hands on dimly lit sidewalks, and whispering across crowded events as though no one else existed. But fairy tales rarely survive the glare of fame. Over the past few months, their appearances together have dwindled. The last confirmed sighting was in early October, when the pair were seen leaving a Manhattan hotel, both wrapped in heavy coats, their faces unreadable. Soon after, whispers of distance began to circulate. Sources hinted that conflicting priorities were pulling them apart. Kylie Jenner wanted to plan a wedding. Timothée Chalamet wanted to plan his next film. Industry insiders suggest that the actor's schedule has become relentless. Between a global press tour for his upcoming science fiction sequel and a new prestige drama, his calendar leaves little space for romance. Friends say he isn't avoiding her, he's simply consumed. He wants to be one of the greats, one confidant explained. He studies the craft like an athlete. Family life isn't even in his vocabulary right now. That single-minded ambition might be admirable, but for Kylie Jenner, it's deeply frustrating. Having already lived through public heartbreak, she's unwilling to drift in uncertainty. To her, love without commitment feels like waiting for a door that never opens. What makes the situation more complicated is the life she carries with her. Kylie Jenner's world is never just her own. It includes her children, her powerful family, and a media ecosystem that thrives on every move she makes. To date, her is to join a dynasty and to accept the noise that comes with it. Privately, some say Timothée Chalamet struggles with that noise. His own upbringing was comparatively modest. Anonymity once gave him freedom to fail quietly. Now, every gesture is analyzed, every conversation becomes potential gossip. He admires her strength, but fears her spotlight. The idea of adding fatherhood to that equation feels overwhelming. Still, the chemistry between them remains undeniable. They share moments of genuine tenderness that slip through the cracks of speculation. A knowing look during an awards ceremony, the subtle way she adjusts his tie before he steps onto a red carpet. These glimpses keep fans hopeful that their bond can survive the pressure. Yet insiders insist a rift is widening. They love each other, another source revealed, but they're not on the same page about timing. Marriage has been discussed, but never seriously planned. Children have been mentioned, but always deferred to a distant someday. For Kylie Jenner, someday is now. Her children are growing, her career stable, her empire secure. She has everything except the commitment she craves. She's tired of waiting, a friend confided. She's not going to chase forever. Meanwhile, Timothée Chalamet's star continues to ascend. Awards buzz surrounds his latest film, and magazine covers hail him as the voice of a new generation. During a recent acceptance speech, he declared that he is in pursuit of greatness, a phrase that resonated with his fans, but cut deeply for those who know what it means at home. Pursuit, after all, leaves little room for pause. Public perception has started to shift. Some fans sympathize with Kylie Jenner, arguing that she deserves someone ready to match her commitment. Others defend Timothée Chalamet, noting his youth and the intensity of his career. Online debates rage nightly, each side convinced they understand a relationship they've only ever seen through photographs. Adding to the tension are whispers from within the actor's circle. His family, reportedly protective and private, is said to be wary of the intrusive lifestyle surrounding the Kardashian clan. "They live for the cameras," one observer claimed. "He lives for the work. It's oil and water." That divide became more visible when the couple failed to appear together at a major anniversary celebration for Kylie Jenner's beauty brand. She dazzled in a custom gown posed with her relatives, but the seat beside her remained empty. Commentators noticed immediately. To some, it was proof that the romance had cooled. To others, simply a sign that he was filming overseas. During that same week, fans pointed out another subtle but symbolic detail. At a family Halloween gathering, a decorative list of all the grandchildren's names circulated online. 2 names were missing, those of Kylie Jenner's children. While insiders later explained that the kids had been traveling with their mother, the omission sparked rumors of distance, not just between the lovers, but within the family itself. As speculation mounted, humor found its way into the conversation. Observers noted that Kylie Jenner seems drawn to men whose first names share the same initial, a coincidence that launched countless memes. Some even joked that she might have a type alphabet. The laughter, however, masked a more sobering truth. She keeps repeating patterns, perhaps hoping each new partner will offer the permanence she seeks. Away from the cameras, friends describe her as vulnerable. Beneath the glamour and confidence lies a woman who longs for genuine affection. She's been adored by millions, but left longing by the few who truly mattered. And though she insists she's focused on her children and her businesses, insiders say her heart still aches for Timothée Chalamet, the man who refuses to be tamed. In contrast, those around Timothée Chalamet portray him as conflicted but resolute. He admires her independence, yet the enormity of her world overwhelms him. "He doesn't want to be a supporting character in someone else's reality show," one colleague remarked. "He wants to write his own story." The irony is hard to ignore. For all his desire to escape spectacle, his relationship has become one of the most scrutinized in Hollywood. Paparazzi follow his every move, and every time he's photographed alone, speculation reignites. The pressure is unrelenting. Even within professional circles, whispers abound. On the set of his upcoming project, a lavish romantic drama, crew members allegedly joked that the actor's chemistry with his co-star could outshine his real-life romance. When that co-star later mentioned in an interview that she hadn't realized he was dating a woman with children, social media erupted. She called the relationship punk rock, admiring his boldness. But her surprise only underscored how private and perhaps uncertain the relationship truly is. Meanwhile, online analysts dissect every clip, every quote. Some believe the pair are still together, just avoiding publicity. Others insist the silence speaks volumes. Regardless, the narrative has taken on a life of its own. What cannot be denied is the growing perception that Kylie Jenner loves harder. Comment sections overflow with sympathy for her, describing her as all in while he remains half out. The imbalance fuels endless commentary videos and think pieces about women who outgrow the men they love. Behind the scenes, her mother, ever the strategist, is said to be managing the optics, ensuring that any eventual breakup appears graceful. The family has weathered public splits before, and they understand the art of turning heartbreak into headlines. As awards season approaches, observers wonder whether the couple will make a united appearance or quietly drift apart. If history is any guide, the answer may already be written between the lines of their silence. Still, there's a strange tenderness to the way fans cling to hope. They post old photos, edit montages set to melancholic music, and caption them with wishes for reconciliation. For many, this story isn't just about two celebrities. It's about the eternal tension between love and ambition, the dream of having both, and the reality of choosing one. And so the world keeps watching. Two stars orbiting the same galaxy, their trajectories pulling them closer, then apart. She dreams of forever. He dreams of greatness. Somewhere between those dreams, the future of their relationship hangs in fragile balance. As the days passed, the silence between Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet grew louder than any headline. Those close to Kylie say she has entered a stage of quiet reflection, a ritual that often comes before a major change in her life. Her social media posts have softened, filled with subtle quotes about peace, worth, and new beginnings. Each one sparks a fresh round of speculation. Is this heartbreak or a woman taking her power back? Meanwhile, Timothée has buried himself in work. People who see him on set describe a man channeling every emotion, the exhaustion, the confusion, the loss into his craft. One director noted that his recent performance felt achingly personal, as though he were processing something far beyond the script. For Timothée, art has become his shelter, the only world he can truly control. But in the spotlight, even silence speaks volumes. Every public appearance, every interview, every moment he's seen without her becomes a story. A single glance at his phone during an event is dissected online, turned into proof of distraction or regret. The cameras, relentless as ever, catch the spaces where words used to be. Kylie, on the other hand, has leaned on the Kardashian-Jenner family for support. Through all the chaos, it's her sister Kendall Jenner who has remained her closest confidant. The two have been inseparable at recent family gatherings. Kendall, known for her calm wisdom, reportedly told Kylie, "Don't keep waiting for someone who's still chasing himself." That simple sentence has lingered, a quiet truth Kylie needed to hear. Within the Kardashian-Jenner circle, the energy has shifted. The family, famous for turning pain into power, has surrounded Kylie with strength. "She's been through worse and come out stronger," a family friend said. "This time, she's protecting her heart." Still, even strength doesn't erase nostalgia. Sources close to Kylie reveal that she sometimes replays old clips of happier times, the way he made her laugh, the way they seemed untouchable. But she also knows that not every love is meant to last. Some relationships exist to teach us what real love should feel like. While Kylie heals, Timothée continues his press tour. During one recent interview, when asked about balancing his personal life with his career, he paused for several seconds before replying, "Sometimes you can't carry both." That single line exploded across the internet. Fans interpreted it as confirmation that the relationship had quietly ended. Still, many hold on to hope. Some believe their bond is simply on pause, not broken. That time apart might help them rediscover themselves. Both are young, both are ambitious, and both live under pressures that most people could never imagine. Public fascination refuses to fade. Commentators discuss the relationship like a mirror of modern celebrity culture. The clash between ambition and affection, the cost of living under constant scrutiny. Can love survive when the whole world is watching? Or does fame eventually strip away the privacy that keeps it alive? At the core of their story are two artists shaped by different forms of creation. Kylie builds empires through beauty and image. Timothée builds meaning through characters and performance. Both are perfectionists. Both are visionaries. But sometimes, two people chasing different definitions of greatness drift apart. Despite the speculation, Kylie has chosen silence, a powerful kind of peace. She's stopped explaining, stopped defending, stopped giving the internet what it craves. Instead, she's let her images speak. A candid laugh with her children, a sunset walk, a quiet moment surrounded by family. Each post is less about loss and more about rebirth. Those around Timothée say he has softened too. While he remains private, word has spread that he reached out to Kylie, not to restart the relationship, but to acknowledge what they once shared. That message, friends say, gave her closure. For both of them, it was an unspoken understanding. Some love stories are meant to change shape rather than disappear. Meanwhile, media outlets continue to speculate. Who will they date next? Who will move on first? But those close to them know it's not about new partners. It's about rediscovering balance. For Kylie, that means pouring herself into her brands and her children. For Timothée, it means focusing on his craft without the guilt of divided attention. Their story now feels less like heartbreak and more like evolution. Two individuals learning to honor their paths, even when those paths diverge. And perhaps that's why their story resonates so deeply. It's not just about two celebrities, it's about timing, about priorities, about the challenge of keeping love alive when ambition calls louder. In that sense, Kylie and Timothée's story has become a modern parable. One about growing up, letting go, and learning that success means nothing without peace of mind. Still, there's a strange beauty in the way it all unfolded. Two luminous figures met in the middle of chaos, burned brightly, and left behind something timeless, the reminder that even the most glamorous hearts beat with the same ache as everyone else's. Insiders say Kylie has already begun channeling her emotions into new projects. There's talk of a campaign centered on empowerment, a creative shift meant to redefine how she tells her own story. She's done waiting for the narrative to be written for her, said one source. This time, she's the author. As for Timothée, he's returned to what he knows best, storytelling through film. When asked recently about what he's learned from love, he simply smiled and said, "Everything." That single word spoke volumes. Their romance may have faded, but the lessons remain. That fame cannot shield you from heartbreak, that love demands timing as much as devotion, and that even when two stars drift apart, the light they create together never truly dies. If you've followed this story from the beginning, make sure to stay with us for more untold stories behind fame, heartbreak, and resilience. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, because the real stories are the ones that remind us what it means to be human.